The screen fades to black. A soft, eerie melody plays in the background. Slowly, a shadowed figure emerges. A voice, calm but trembling, speaks in a confessional tone. "I didn't mean to kill her, but I did. I killed the one person I swore to protect. I did it to save her. But in the end, I lost everything." Cut to a close-up of Vincent looking disheveled, haunted, his eyes sunken with guilt. His voice cracks as he continues. "Vincent, they think it was an accident, but I know what I did, what I had to do." The camera lingers on his face, the weight of his words sinking in. Dr. Vincent Carrington was a man who had it all: wealth, fame, a brilliant mind. But his obsession with saving his wife would lead him down a dark and twisted path. A path that would cost him more than he ever imagined. The music builds, and the screen flashes to quick shots of medical records, a syringe, a bloody surgical tool, and an empty chair where Eloise once sat. This is the story of a man who lost his soul in the name of love, and the lies that unraveled the perfect life he thought he had. The screen fades to black again, the silence heavy before the title of the story appears. Setting: a small, seemingly quiet town with an affluent, medical-savvy community. The doctor is well respected in his field, praised for his innovation in medical treatments. He runs a private clinic where he performs experimental surgeries and treatments on patients in dire need of hope. Character introduction: Dr. Vincent Carrington, in his early 40s, sharp and charismatic. Despite his success, he is a man burdened by past failures. His wife, Eloise, a beautiful but fragile woman, had been a pillar of his life. The couple's marriage has been strained by Vincent's increasing obsession with his medical experiments. The conflict: Eloise's health has been deteriorating for years due to an undiagnosed condition, and Vincent has been working tirelessly to find a cure. However, his methods have become unorthodox. His ambition to make medical breakthroughs leads him to dangerous, illegal experiments. His love for his wife becomes the driving force behind his increasingly reckless decisions. Deepening obsession: Vincent's experiments move into uncharted territory. He begins using Eloise as a test subject for his trials, secretly injecting her with experimental compounds and performing surgeries on her while she's unconscious. Eloise begins to notice strange changes in her body, but is too weak to protest, placing all her trust in Vincent. Moral corruption: Vincent justifies his actions by telling himself it's for her, that he's saving her. But there are moments when he starts to question the ethics of what he's doing. He becomes emotionally distant from Eloise, overwhelmed by guilt, yet convinced that the only way to save her is through his experiments. The turning point: Eloise learns the truth. She finds the medical records, the hidden lab, and the evidence of Vincent's work. Devastated by the betrayal and terrified of what's happening to her, she confronts him. But instead of pleading for mercy, she warns him that his obsession has gone too far. She threatens to expose him if he doesn't stop. For the first time, Vincent faces the full weight of his actions. The ultimate choice. On the brink of ruin, Vincent realizes that his reputation is at risk, and his experiments might never succeed in time to save Eloise. The guilt and pressure build. He cannot let his work be exposed, but he also cannot bear to lose Eloise. The crime. In a fit of desperation, Vincent decides to end Eloise's life to cover up his experiments, making it look like a tragic accident. The narrative shifts as Vincent's perspective fractures. He views it as an act of mercy, a final gift to the woman he loves. But deep down, he knows it's murder. The aftermath. The town is shocked by Eloise's death, and Vincent is torn apart. He stages the scene, but the weight of what he's done starts to take a toll on him. The guilt festers, haunting him with hallucinations of Eloise accusing him, and the lives of those his experiments affected begin to unravel in front of him. Descent into madness. As Vincent tries to continue his work, things spiral out of control. Patients begin to die, and the consequences of his actions come back to haunt him. Eloise's death was just the beginning. he faces not only the legal repercussions of his actions, but the psychological torment of knowing the truth. His once prestigious career is in ruins, and the medical community grows suspicious of his methods. Emotional breakdown, Vincent becomes a shadow of his former self. His guilt manifests as vivid hallucinations, Eloise's voice, her presence haunting every corner of his life. He isolates himself from his colleagues and the outside world, consumed by the darkness of his conscience. Final confrontation. In a final act of reckoning, Vincent is confronted by the authorities after one of his experiments goes wrong. A patient survives and exposes the truth about his illegal trials. In his final moments, Vincent is left alone, the weight of his decisions crushing him. The verdict: Vincent is arrested, tried for his crimes, and sentenced. But the true tragedy lies not in the punishment, but in the internal destruction he has caused himself. His ambition, which was once fueled by love and a desire to save his wife, has destroyed everything he held dear. Reflection on love and obsession. The story ends with a reflection on the cost of obsession and the blurred line between love and control. Eloise, once the woman he adored, is gone, not just because of his experiments, but because he lost sight of what truly mattered. Dimly lit, the sound of medical equipment beeping in the background. Vincent stands over a surgical table, looking down at Eloise, who is unconscious. The atmosphere is tense, cold. His eyes are focused, desperate. Vincent murmurs to himself, "This is the only way. It has to work. She'll be better. She'll be perfect. Just a little more." He injects a syringe into her IV line. He wipes his brow and looks at her with an unsettling calmness. "Vincent, I'm doing this for you, Eloise. For us." Eloise stirs slightly and Vincent freezes, his hand trembling. She opens her eyes weakly, barely able to focus. Eloise, softly, "What are you doing?" Vincent quickly covers her hand, but his face betrays a mixture of guilt and love. "Vincent, I'm fixing you, Eloise. You'll be fine, just trust me, just trust me." Eloise's eyes flutter shut as the drug takes effect. Days later, Eloise has recovered slightly but looks pale. Her eyes are filled with concern and suspicion. She sits in a chair, staring at Vincent, who stands nervously by the window. "Eloise, I know, Vincent, I know what you've been doing, the lab, the files." Vincent turns quickly, his face betraying panic. "Vincent, Eloise, please don't." Eloise, cutting him off. "You've been using me, testing me. I thought you loved me, but you've turned me into one of your experiments." Her voice cracks as she struggles to hold back tears. "Eloise, I'm not your guinea pig, Vincent. I'm your wife. Why didn't you just tell me?" Vincent, stepping forward, trying to explain. "I had to, Eloise. I'm trying to save you. All of this, it's for you, for us." Eloise, shaking her head, backing away. "I can't believe this. You don't love me. You've lost yourself in this obsession." Vincent, desperate, his voice shaking. No, you don't understand. I'm doing this because I love you. You're all I have left. I can't lose you, Eloise." Eloise, quietly with a tear falling down her cheek. "Then let me go." A silence hangs between them as Vincent's eyes well up. He takes a step toward her, but she pulls back. The script continues as Vincent spirals deeper into his crime, leading to his tragic downfall. He becomes consumed by guilt, the weight of his decisions breaking him from the inside out.